I was felt pretty good about how you guys did on the to do now. But I do want to go through a few of these things with you, because this is material in the last few days, and it's important for what we do today. So, who's my volunteer to express 30% as a fraction? Johan? 30 over 100. That's absolutely correct. And let me ask a question that's not in the slide overview. If I want to express that as a decimal, who could volunteer for that? Sure. Well, we're clear. You're on the right track. The right track, Emily. To the left, absolutely correct. So that'd be 0.3. So 0.15 expressed as a percent. Any volunteers for that? 15% is absolutely correct. And we did that by moving the decimal point 2 spaces to the right. Absolutely correct. So this table, ladies and gentlemen, let's look at the table. The table has an interest column. It has a principal column. It has an interest rate column. And it has a years column. Who can volunteer and remembers the equation that we used yesterday of interest is equal to something? Who remembers that equation? Let's go this time with Catherine. Absolutely correct. The amount of interest equals principal, P, times interest rate, or R, times time, which we use in years. Interest is P times R times T. So in the table I gave you, the first row has a principal of $1,000, an interest rate of 5%, and 5 years. So could I have a volunteer and who is able to work out the amount of interest income during that period? Volunteer. I see Lisa, I see Emily. Emily's on a hot streak this morning. Let's go with Emily. This afternoon, yes. What did you work out for? What did you work out for the interest, though? Emily.
All right. Oh, here. Okay. Ready?
Yep.
Wait.
250, you say?
I think.
If you agree with Emily, please raise your hand. Oh, we got a lot of people agreeing with Emily.
Oh.
All right, so Emily is absolutely correct. And it's plugging in $1,000 for P. You'd be running out of gas on these markets. So P is $1,000. R is 5%. But remember, in these equations, we use the decimal instead of the percent. And then T is time of 5 years. 1,000 times 0.05 times 5, and that in fact does equal 250. If you need me to go through the math or to explain the steps, so let me go through the math first. 1,000 times 0.05 times 5 times 5. 0.05 times 5 is equal to 0.25. I'll work that out on the board in a second. That leaves us with 1,000 times 0.25, and that's 250. So working through the math, 0.05 times 5. Remember, when you're multiplying two numbers, the number with the greater number of digits goes on top, the number with the fewer number of digits goes on the bottom. So 0.05 times 5. 5 times 5, you have what? 25. So put down the 5 and carry the 2. 5 times 0, you'll have 0, plus 2 is 2. And we've got 2 decimal points to the left. So So that's the 0.25. Then go up to 1,000 times 0.25. 1,000 times 0.25. 5 times 0, Johan? 0. 5 times 0 again. 0. 5 times 0 again. 5 times 1 is 5. You got a 0, 2 times 0, 3 times 0, 2 times 1. We add them up.
You make 0. Wait, 0 is 2. No, just where's 2? The 2. The 2. You go 0 and 2.
Move over to the decimal form, and that's 200. Okay? Well done. Last table on our do now, before we jump into some new stuff for today. The last table talks about percent increases and percent decreases. Guys, remember this from yesterday, that the percent discount or the percent decrease is equal to the amount of the decrease divided by the original amount. Right? So on this table, we've got an original price, which I'll call original of $1,000. We've got our sales price of $800. It's asking us for the amount of discount and the percent discount. So who was able to work out what the amount of discount was in that table? I see Johan, I see Emily, I see Raven, in fact Raven. What was the amount of discount? $200 is absolutely correct. How did you get that? Subtracted what minus what? Exactly correct. So the price was $1,000 yesterday. It's $800 today. The discount is $200. But here's the other question, ladies and gentlemen. What is the percent discount? Now we
8%. 8%?
8%? How did you get 8%?
Because, alright. Okay, I did 1,000, 800 divided by 1,000. And once I did that, I put the decimal on the right of 800 and I got 0.
That's good thinking, Kelly. You're off by a little bit.
And 1,000 times 8 is 3,000 dollars.
Okay.
Subtracting that, I got 1. And I put 8 right above 8.
Beautiful. I appreciate the volunteering. A little bit off. Because let's keep in mind our equation. It's the amount of decrease divided by the original amount. Yes, Johan, you're jumping out of your skin. What did you come out with the percent discount? 20%. How did you get 20%, Johan?
Well, on top.
Yeah, do you want to ask?
See, man. Alright, so we get the amount discount. To get the percentage, you move the decimal, 2 spaces to the right. And then you get
That is part of it. That's part of it. What's the fraction we need? 200 divided by what? Sarah, you want to add? 200 divided by 1,000. And what does that equal to in decimal form? And to convert a decimal to a percent, do we move the decimal point to the left or right?
Right.
How many spaces? And that would be 20%. Absolutely correct. Very well done. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, if you will now take out your book.
I have 12 ones.
page 177, ladies and gentlemen. A lovely page if there ever was one.
That was over there.
Page 177. And I need a linguist, ladies and gentlemen, who is able to read with vigor and verve the paragraph on page 177. Let's go this time with Yarliza. Loudly and clearly, Yarliza. Page 177.
Nah, never mind.
And how about Sarah?
For example, you go to the butcher shop, stop to eat, or a grocer for fruit and vegetables. Chances are that you probably make new purchases at supermarket. Supermarkets brought convenience of multiple food items under one roof. And supermarkets also can offer big savings on food items by offering items on sale except buy one item, offering rewards for lower customers. In fact, most major supermarkets in the U.S.
Routinely.
routinely offer discounts on sales on items of food. How do you think supermarkets continuously offer discounts and stay in business? Do you think that supermarkets may be a reason that they are less specialized producers that offer one type of food?
Okay, excellent. So let's talk about some of these questions. And routinely, by the way, obviously, it means usually. So you've seen ads in the paper where they offer really big sales in the supermarket, right? They might say bananas today are 10 cents. The supermarket has to buy those bananas from somebody. It might cost the supermarket $1 that they've got to pay to the farmer to get those bananas. But then the supermarket's going to sell it to you for 10 cents. They're going to lose money in selling those bananas to you on sale. So there's the question. How does the supermarket stay in business if they're offering a sale to you where they're selling their bananas at a price that's less than what the supermarket paid the farmer for? How can the supermarket still stay in business if they're offering big discounts on stuff? Okay.
Maybe they might give them out, like, you know, how big supermarkets do. The one over here, but anyway, they buy, no, it's not ShopRite, it's, Blue, but whatever. Like, they buy big boxes of fruits and stuff, and they sell the.
Yeah,
Sam's.
Sam's.
But not that. And, they sell the fruits for a lower amount of what they pay, but they still have like a lot, so they keep selling them for a specific amount, and then when they get all, like, when they get all the money out of what they sold, they get more than they need.
Okay, so that has a topic that's called bulk discounts. That could be part of it. Sarah, what's your thought?
I agree with that. Like, adding on to what she said, because like if you lower the price compared to other stores, they might start buying your products, and the more they buy, the higher your prices do go, and eventually like 10 cents can become more like $20 or anything. You buy a couple, and then also because sometimes they might like raise the price for other products and things. And other products they might raise the price that and they lower prices of other.
That's true, and that's a lot of it. You know, they might be giving you a real special price on bananas. They might not make anything if you go into their store to buy a banana. But once you're in the store, walking down the aisle, looking around for the bananas, you might find some apples to buy. You might find some dishwasher detergent to buy. Maybe some hamburger to buy. And they're going to make money on all that other stuff. So the big sale they had on bananas, that was a way to get you into their store, knowing that once you're in there, you're going to be shopping around for other stuff. And that's
That's my mom. My mom, she's gonna buy one thing.